aiming to consistently demonstrate military presence and personal awareness, as well as properly wear and maintain one's uniforms. And Esprit de Corps, which is acquiring the common spirit of the Marine Corps, which inspires enthusiasm, pride, teamwork, aggressiveness, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others toward excellence in common goals. For 250 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls, in the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies. Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Marines today remain in combat, forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They are resolved to be the most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Echo Company, today marks the end of the 13-week recruit training cycle. Thanks to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the depot. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton, as well as on this very parade deck. Like all Marines, they have been trained as basic riflemen. With their transformation complete, they are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the ceremony will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hands over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear, to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. At the command, post the colors. The color guard moves into position within the parade. This signifies that the entirety of the parade has been formed and is ready to be presented to the command. Following the command, parade rest. The parade adjutant will give the command sound off, which signals the band to parade forward of the assembled Marines while playing military marching music. Parade Adjutant now presents the assembled command to the Commander of Troops.
Carry 2,101, all present. C, 2,105, all present.
At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point the commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, those in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. A round of applause for their dedicated service to corps and country. Thank you. Please be seated. And now, please welcome the battalion commander for 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Paul C. Trower.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Brigadier General David C. Hyman, Commanding General of Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, in the Western Recruiting Region, as well as on behalf of Colonel Tracy A. Maese, the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, welcome to the graduation of Company 8. To start, I'd like to recognize today's parade reviewing official, Brigadier General Ryan Hoyle, whose impressive bio you'll hear shortly, and currently serves as the Assistant Division Commander of 1st Marine Division. General, it is an honor to have you here today. Thank you for joining us. It is my distinct pleasure to speak to you this morning for a few moments to express both the pride and gratitude I feel for this formation behind me. And that can you, the family and friends of these Marines. Thank you for trusting us as a Marine, and thank you for your love and support on their journey to this momentous day in their new profession. From all of us, welcome to our Marine Corps family. Speaking of families, to the right of the viewing stand are the families of the company staff. Nobody knows more than you the time and dedication it takes to transform a civilian into a Marine. So our Major and I are incredibly grateful and indebted to you for your sacrifice and support, which enables these drill instructors and officers to perform this critical task. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in a round of applause for the families of Echo Company. Making Marines is a team effort. At the forefront are Marine Corps recruiters stationed across our great country. These men and women work tirelessly to identify, educate, and inspire the next generation of Marines. This legion of recruiters are represented today by Sergeant Porcino, recruiting substation in Bryant, Arkansas, who's responsible for helping the company honor graduate and Corporal McLean join our Corps. Our other teammate in this effort are the instructors of Weapons and Field Training Battalion, who teach the critical combat skills necessary to fight and win in any climate place. They are represented today by Sergeant Aldrich, the top performing primary marksmanship instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for recruiters and combat instructors. The last group I'd like to thank certainly needs no introduction, for everyone knows the distinct campaign cover of a legendary Marine Corps drill instructor. These drill instructors are entrusted with the sacred responsibility of making Marines, and they shoulder this burden with professionalism, dignity, and passion. From the moment a recruiter arrives at the depot, there's a drill instructor with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, tirelessly instilling the qualities and esprit de corps of the United States Marine, and leaving an indelible mark on those they lead. These new Marines will never forget the names, the face, or the voice of their drill instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Marines that make Marines, the drill instructors of the Eagle Battalion. These new Marines behind me are on average 19-year-old high school graduates. They travel here from every state and territory in the Western Recruiting Region in 6 countries across the globe. And when they raise their right hand and swore a solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, they differentiate themselves from 99% of their peers. Now, you'll likely notice some change in them, but the most important change is one that has occurred within, where they have been immersed in our providers, honor, courage, and commitment. It's because of this and the journey they've undergone, I am pleased to present 535 young men and women who can proudly claim the title United States Marine. excuse me for a moment while I address the newest members of our Corps. Good morning, Marines. Good morning, Sergeant Major and I are extremely proud of you. We've watched you grow and strive over the last 12 weeks. We are pleased to welcome you to our ranks. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. You've earned your tan belt in Marine Corps martial arts. You've passed water survival training. You've overcome the obstacle and confidence course. And you've mastered Marine Corps marksmanship and accurately fire your rifle from 500 yards. As a final test, you completed the centerpiece of the recruit training, the Crucible, an event designed to make Marines entitled warriors. Quickly, 40 miles of horse marches in 3 days, we demanded the toughness and agility and leadership. Through this event, you demonstrated the limitless nature of what you can achieve individually, and most importantly as a team, shared hardship with your fellow Marines. Having completed the most demanding recruit training, you stand ready to honor our Corps' legacy as America's premier fighting force. Fights to win our nation's battle. As you transition to the next phase of profession, I implore you to be smart, be safe, and make good decisions. Remember, that eagle bow neck you now wear represents 249 years of Marines gone before you. You must always wear that legacy. You must protect what you've earned. Congratulations, Marines, Semper Fidelis, and welcome to the Corps.
Now taking their position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing official, the 1st Marine Division Assistant Division Commander, Brigadier General Ryan M. Hoyle. He is accompanied by the Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego at the Western Recruiting Region, Brigadier General David C. Hyman. It is customary in military tradition to render honors to commanding generals. Will the guests please rise for honors to Brigadier General Hoyle? Thank you. Please be seated. Brigadier General Ryan M. Hoyle began his distinguished Marine Corps career after graduating from Oklahoma University's NROTC program in 1996 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Health and Sports Sciences. Brigadier General Hoyle's service includes Company Executive Officer, Weapons Platoon Commander, and Rifle Platoon Commander at Lima Company, 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines. Operations Officer, Dragoon and Huron Company Commander, and Assistant Operations Officer at 3rd Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion. Operations Officer at 1st Marine Regiment. G3 Operations Officer at 1st Marine Division. Current Operations Officer at 3rd Marine Division. Commanding Officer at 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines. Future Operations Officer at 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force. Commanding Officer of the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit. Assistant Chief of Staff for Operations at 1st Marine Expeditionary Force. His staff assignments include Executive Officer and Operations Officer at Recruiting Station, Indianapolis. Amphibious Staff Officer and Exercise Planner with NATO Special Operations Headquarters. Aide-de-camp to the Deputy Chairman of the NATO Military Committee. Assistant Chief of Staff, G3 and G39 with Marine Forces Europe and Africa. Brigadier General Hoyle has deployed as the commander of CTF 61 to Naples, Italy, as a battalion commander of the Forward Deployed Force to Okinawa, Japan, to Afghanistan with 1st Marine Regiment with Task Force Bella Wood, with the International Security Assistance Force Special Operations Forces Headquarters as the Technical Exploitation Implementation Team Leader, To Iraq as a military advisor to the 217 Iraqi Battalion in Ramadi. To Iraq as the Dragoon Company, 3rd Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion during Operation Enduring Freedom, and to Okinawa under the Unit Deployment Program. Beyond his undergraduate degree, Brigadier General Hoyle has completed the Basic Officer Course, Infantry Officer Course, Armored Captain's Career Course, and holds 2 master's degrees, one in National Security and Strategic Studies from the Naval Command and Staff Course, and another in Political Science from Haifa University while attending the Israeli National Defense College. Brigadier General Hoyle's personal awards include the Legion of Merit, 2nd Award, the Purple Heart, the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, 2nd Award, the Meritorious Service Medal, 3rd Award, the Joint Commendation Medal, the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, 3rd Award with Combat Distinguishing Device, the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, the Combat Action Ribbon, and several expeditionary and campaign medals. Brigadier General Hoyle currently serves as the Assistant Division Commander of the 1st Marine Division. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brigadier General Hoyle.
General, the threat is more. March the command and review. Aye, sir. Harry, go. Harry, so. Pass and review! Aye! Hey!
The pass review is a tradition within all military units, allowing the unit commander to formally inspect the Marines under their charge. Over the entire history of the depot, Marines that have crossed this parade deck have deployed into conflicts around the world, where we have earned our trust and dependability. Places such as Guadalcanal, where Marines worked with United States soldiers to win the first offensive victory during World War II. Iwo Jima, where uncommon valor was a common virtue, and Marines raised the national flag on top of Mount Suribachi. Ichon, where Marines assaulted 3 beaches simultaneously and outflanked North Korean forces. Hue City, where Marines defeated North Vietnamese forces during the Tet Offensive. Grenada, where military members were part of Operation Urgent Fury to help stabilize the local government. Kuwait, where Marines were part of Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm and fought to liberate the country from Iraqi forces. Fallujah, where Marines surrounded the city within 24 hours to commence Operation Vigilant Resolve and take the city back from Al-Qaeda forces. Marja, where Marines worked with Afghan, British, Canadian, Danish, and Estonian forces to remove Taliban forces from the last stronghold in Helmand Province. Even now, Marines are stationed worldwide to answer the call when they are needed. This parade deck has had many legendary Marines march across it, and they have never forgotten the feeling of earning their place among our ranks. To honor our nation's colors, as the American flag passes directly in front of you, please rise. Once it passes, you may be seated. Will now present their units to the parade reviewing official. Leading the parade is the commander of troops, Captain Timothy Jackson, and the battalion staff. from Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, is led on the march by the drum major, Gunnery Sergeant Wesley Hayes. Series 2101, Series Commander, First Lieutenant Daniel J. Higgins, and Platoon 2101, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Takaya M. Wesley. Platoon 2102, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Edgar D. Veratores. Platoon 2103, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Logan D. Bowman. The Regimental Color Guard is led on the march by the Regimental Color Sergeant, Drill Instructor, Sergeant Justin M. Hamlet. Series 2105, Series Commander, First Lieutenant John E. Spurgeon, and Platoon 2105, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Julius Roman P. Padilla. Platoon 2106, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Jared D. Jett. And Platoon 2107, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Jacob M. Sinclair. As we continue today's ceremony, if you turn to page 21 of your graduation pamphlets, you will find the Marines Hymn. The Marines Hymn has a history dating back to 1859 and has a long-standing tradition for Marines to face the direction of the music and stand at attention when it is heard. It is now directed that all Marines present and who have served honorably, and ladies and gentlemen, you are all encouraged to join. Sing the words to the first verse as Marine Band San Diego performs Anchors Away, followed by the Marine Hymn. Will the guests please rise? Thank you. Please be seated. The Marine Corps' uniqueness and strength as an elite fighting force is directly attributable to the magnificent efforts of the drill instructors and company officers who train and supervise the recruits. The distinct qualities of spirit and discipline, the heart and soul of every Marine, have been developed, nurtured, and ingrained in recruits through their observance and relationship with their drill instructors and officers. Recruit training is the very foundation of the Corps. Each year, recruit training provides thousands of America's finest young men and women with the basic knowledge and skills to function in a profession characterized by its own set of high values and tough standards. The most important thing we do in the Marine Corps is make Marines. The individual Marine is the Corps. That is what we do here. For the Marines graduating today, the long, arduous journey of the last 13 weeks is but a small step into the future of the Marine Corps. As they prepare to fill the ranks of our Corps, they do so with unquestionable support for the high ideals and standards of the United States of America and the United States Marine Corps. Although Echo Company prepares for their final dismissal from recruit training, their initial training is not over. Soon after graduation, they will report to the School of Infantry, Camp Pendleton, California, where they will continue to be trained to serve as an effective member of a Marine Rifle Squad. The intense initial training that every Marine undergoes is designed to instill the fundamental premise that every Marine is first and foremost a rifleman. we would like to introduce you to the Marines responsible for ensuring the success of the difficult transition required to become a Marine. The company commander is Captain Timothy Jackson. The company first sergeant is First Sergeant Michelle S. Arnone. Please join me in a round of applause for the company staff of Echo Company. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the guidons.
Aye! Stand up! Head!
The guidons have been carried by the platoons throughout recruit training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such guidons, which identify the unit and are a source of pride to each individual member. Note that the honor of carrying these guidons is bestowed upon those Marines who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation, and character, and they were selected as the Platoon Honor Graduates. The Platoon Honor Graduates compete for the titles of Series and Company Honor Graduates. They are considered the top Marines graduating today and have demonstrated the highest potential for future leadership and responsibility in the Marine Corps.
Present! Got him! Order! Got him!
The guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors.
Forward!
The honor graduates will now be presented a plaque by the battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Paul C. Trower, and the battalion Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Robert Jimenez.
Present! Hot! Order! Hot!
Please hold your applause until all honor graduates have been recognized. The honor graduate for Platoon 2101 is Private First Class Leah J. Torres from Pleasanton, Texas. The honor graduate for Platoon 2102 is Private First Class Sunita K. Sapinga from Hilo, Hawaii. The honor graduate for Platoon 2103 and the series honor graduate is Lance Corporal Hudson W. Morgan from Monahans, Texas. The honor graduate for Platoon 2105 and the company honor graduate is Lance Corporal Jacob D. McLean from Prattsville, Arkansas. Lance Corporal McLean is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. The undergraduate for platoon 2106 is Private First Class Jack Carson from Montrose, Colorado. The undergraduate for platoon 2107 is Private First Class Johnny J. Smith from Petaluma, California. Congratulations to the undergraduates of Echo Company.
Company person reporting as ordered. Aye, aye, sir.
The company first sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.
Senior drill instructors, dismiss your platoon!
Yes, sir, Sergeant.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. As a friendly reminder, please do not cross the parade deck or in front of the reviewing area. Utilize the far ends. Please pick up any trash and personal belongings and use the waste receptacles provided. Once you have found our new Marine, please begin making your way toward your vehicles using the walkway behind the bleachers. Your Marine has been briefed on escorting you. Please keep in mind the level of training your Marine has received and afford that same opportunity to those still in training by avoiding congestion along the walkway behind the bleachers. Do not take any photos or videos of the recruits still in training. Thank you, and Semper Fidelis.